to our next topic, which is Matthew Stafford being traded from the Detroit Lions to the LA Rams for 2 first-round picks, Jared Goff, and a third-round pick. First of all, the Rams completely overpaid. There was a stat that I saw that the only first-round pick that they actually still have on their payroll right now that they drafted since like 2010 is Aaron Donald, which is a pretty good first-round pick, but crazy that they've just or wasted so many first-round picks. It's pretty insane. But Stafford, obviously, this is a big upgrade. The Rams, what we've been saying, they beat the Seahawks, which was unexpected, but their defense played well. They have great weapons around them, a great run game with Darrell Henderson and Cam Akers as a 1-2 punch. And then you also got Brown in the backfield there too, who can also add a little bit extra to their offensive play calling. And obviously Kupp and Woods and Josh Reynolds and Tyler Higbee and all that. A very good offense. Defense, obviously, very good. Arguably the best cornerback in the league in Jalen Ramsey. And then the defensive player of the year in Aaron Donald there also. So you bring in Matthew Stafford, who I loved. I wanted the Patriots to go get really bad. Obviously, seeing this price for a 30-something-year-old guy, not too thrilled if they were to make that trade. I'm happy that they didn't. But I love Matthew Stafford. I think that he is an elite quarterback if you put him in a good system. He's never played with more than one good weapon on the Lions. I mean, he had Calvin Johnson, obviously one of the best wide receivers of all time. But other than that, you had like Nate Burleson beside him, Brandon Pettigrew or something like that. He never had good coaching either. And really just the team was never fully built around him. They'd give him little things like a Galladay or a Megatron or something like that. They did give him the one good weapon, and then they just think that he can do all the rest. And he definitely put up amazing stats. He had 44 touchdowns, I think, in 2011. It's not on the screen right now. That's just what I'm thinking. I'm pretty sure he had that. He plays through a ton of injuries. It came out that he was playing with an injury this season. Even with how bad the Lions were doing, it's just crazy. There's the famous clip of him against the Browns when he injures his throwing arm, and he goes in there and throws the game-winning touchdown and everything. He's just a really, really tough fighter, Matthew Stafford, and a great player who hasn't played on great rosters with the Detroit Lions and has just been with struggling rosters, and he keeps playing no matter what. Yeah, he played with a torn UCL this whole entire season for a team that he knew, and probably everybody knew, wasn't going to do anything in the playoffs or make it to the playoffs even. He still played with it. Now you put him with the Rams. Best team he is probably ever going to be able to play for is this Rams team. This Rams team, this Rams roster going into next year is way better than anything the Lions have ever had. Now, Megatron, obviously, and Reggie Bush, those type of years with the Lions were good. The solid rosters, but nothing as good as what this Rams roster all around is. Now, he'll never have a wide receiver that's better than Calvin Johnson. Never in his whole entire life. There's not a receiver in the NFL that's better than Calvin Johnson right now. But all around team, this is the best one that he could have possibly, that he is ever going to play for, most likely. So I think the Rams right now are probably not officially yet. I'm still thinking about it. It's early. But as of right now, if I had to pick a team that's going to win the Super Bowl next year, Super Bowl 56, my pick is the Los Angeles Rams. This team beat the Seahawks this year with Jared Goff, not even Jared Goff, who had his hand messed up, and Wolford as their starter until he got carried off. They beat the Seahawks with that team. And the Seahawks are a solid team. They're not perfect, but they're a very, very solid team. So now you bring Matthew Stafford into the fold, who's a full-fledged elite quarterback. I'm not afraid to say it. He is an elite quarterback. You bring him into the fold for that Los Angeles Rams team. There isn't a limit to how far this Rams team can go. And I think this Rams team can compete with a Brady Buccaneers team. It definitely can. It's undoubtedly the best team in the NFC West. I love the Cardinals, but they're still struggling. Cliff Kingsbury is a young coach. He still needs to figure that stuff out. I think the Cardinals will probably make the playoffs next year, but they are definitely struggling. And then you got the Seahawks. The Seahawks, they're having problems with Russell Wilson right now, and that can be big, big trouble for them. So I think the Rams are probably the best team in the NFC West right now, the Los Angeles Rams. And I wouldn't be afraid to say that they are the best team in the NFC. Now, we definitely have to see them play. But based off of their roster alone, what I think their potential can be, their good coaching with Sean McVay, they already made a Super Bowl with Jared Goff, who, as we know, not a great quarterback, average, doesn't really have a high ceiling. Now you have Stafford, who's an elite quarterback. You're not going to need those 2 first-round picks, really, because you have your roster set up. They're prepared to go all in. This team right now can go to the Super Bowl. This team definitely can go to the Super Bowl. And, man, it's a sexy team. This is a sexy team to look at. And I can't wait to watch them play. This is going to be a very, very good team.